So before I was coming from GAC, which is a Chinese brand, and yeah, yeah,
And you worked at Manifesto, or
yeah,
Manifesto concept for
yes.
the new Duster
It's yeah.
and another model, or
And what we are looking at right now. So I was personally in charge of the Dakar since the beginning.
just in Paris or also in the Bucharest with the Bucharest design?
So I'm based in Paris, but we exchange a lot with the studios. Well, between Guyancourt and Bucharest. So even though I live most of the time in Paris, we travel there very often.
Why did you choose the Manifesto for Dakar, not the Duster or any other
Yeah,
model?
it's an interesting story. Actually, we were thinking about entering Dakar right at the moment where we were working on Manifesto, and trying to find what the best options were for us, what would be a good base. So there were some discussions about should we use Duster as a platform to kind of push the launch of Duster. And quite quickly we saw, as we were gathering information on what it requires to do a Dakar car, and one that performs very well, and according to the feedback from Sebastian, from all of the crews, we thought, okay, let's make a fresh new car, and we just happened to be working on Manifesto at the moment, thinking it would be a good start for us to develop a completely new car. So both cars, they started together, and then they kind of forked. One became a concept car, and the other one became a race car, but they have a common starting point, let's say.
Okay, so what are the key differences between this one and the Manifesto concept? Because I see it's different.
Size, I think, is the main one. The car here is 2.30 meters wide, where Manifesto was a bit smaller. So there's that, and you can. Even though you can visually recognize, let's say, important features from Manifesto, the two cars are completely different. They work totally differently. Especially on this one, we worked on aerodynamics quite a lot to both improve lift, improve downforce as well, which of course is not something that we looked at on Manifesto. Also, you can see the approach angles, the suspensions, the tires as well are really meant to be racing at Dakar. And you see in the front the approach angle is really massive. We have also what we call a bash plate, so it's a metal plate which is protecting the lower chassis of the car, and the suspension mount as well, which is quite a departure from the design we had on Manifesto as well. And you can see on the side also the arrival of the spare wheels, and this opening on the side, so it works both as cooling and housing for the spare wheel.
And easy to remove, to replace the
Yes. So discussing with Sebastian, he had a lot of stories about. Okay, he has a puncture, so he has to jump out of the car, and then take off a panel on the side, take the wheel out, and then he has to put it back, because there's nothing that they can leave in the desert. So it's actually more work to put the panel back. So we listened to that, and we thought, okay. Actually, we don't care about having the wheel hidden. Let's just make it exposed, because that's how it's more practical. And then we designed this quick release. So you can
Maybe-
go to the wheel, just pull
Maybe
it.
It's one move.
It's
one move or two,
it's just one movement to take the wheel out, where
That's perfect.
where before it was a lot of manipulation, and you know, at this moment they are very stressed because they are losing time because of the puncture. So it's not the right time to bother them with super difficult panels to put on the car with because the designer wanted a super thin fit and finish on the panel. So yeah, we got rid of all that, and we also found that the opening on the side was quite efficient for cooling. So you can see in the front of the car, we have a large opening around the wheel with quite a powerful airflow coming around the wheel, and then in the back, if you pay attention, it's completely open, the fender. So the air is going through there. It's going through there quite fast,
Kind of
actually.
deflector.
Yeah, and then there's just a deflector which is raising the airflow and directing it to the cooling on the side. And this was not something that we had planned at the beginning. It's something that we found out by doing simulation on the car, that we had a powerful airflow that we could use. And then we thought, okay, it would be great actually to put some extra cooling in this area. And cooling is incredibly valuable for them,
Yeah.
because the cars, they drive fast, but sometimes they drive very slow. But you still need the engine to cool. So the better cooling you have, the better health for the car.
How fast is the car? What's the maximum?
So we haven't tested the maximum.
Theoretically.
In theory, honestly, I don't know. We don't think so much about
I was curious
top
how
speed.
much can it be?
Yeah,
As
surely more than 200.
Okay.
But it depends on the gear ratio as well. So it's something that as we go into testing, we will find out exactly where we
This
position the
wasn't
gear.
tested on the ground.
Not yet. So this is it's a first prototype that you're seeing here. Next month we will be testing the first prototype, and then doing a.
How many should you have until Morocco in the first stage?
So it's kind of secret, but for sure two, and I think we will do as much as possible. It's something that the drivers are really keen to do. They want to be able to test the car in many conditions, so we will try to accommodate for that.
Some things, elements were created, developed in Bucharest.
Uh,
This car or Paris was?
No, this was mainly developed in Paris for this special project.
Using e-fuels.
Yeah.
Put a design problem, or was it something different, a constraint because we are using e-fuels, or no?
It's not so much a constraint. I mean, actually, we will discover maybe constraints, because it's still an experimental fuel, which we are keen to experiment with. So we are gathering some info on it. We hope we win with this fuel. But in terms of design, it didn't have so much impact on us. We were more really focused on usability and robustness of the vehicle. So trying to think of ways to make it easy to maintain, easy to repair, or that some parts they would not take so much damage. That's a really important aspect.
This is an exotic car for a normal customer. For
Yes.
realistically thinking, can some elements of this car be on a serious car? Can something borrow this? I guess not.
I guess we
something special.
will discover. So this project, it's actually very new. So we started only a year ago on this vehicle. So we weren't yet able to take some element of Sunrider and see how they would work on a production vehicle. But time will tell. We will see. For sure, what's interesting is that this car, it was designed by the same designers who are working on the next generation of Sandero. It's the same team. So this experience, this mindset that they learned working on this car, for sure it's going to trickle on the production. You know, the kind of no-nonsense approach, the kind of minimalistic approach to, or even repairability, or thinking about things like how you call this in English? Chipping. So how stone comes to impact on the side of a car is not something that we are used to think when we are on the drawing board. But it's something that we were really thinking about when we designed this car. So as we go into a production car, I guess the designers, they will be thinking, how is the chipping working on this car, and maybe I can design my side protection panel in such a way that it will protect from stones. And it's this kind of details.
So you worked on the Duster, and the final Duster looks quite a lot like the Bigster concept.
Yes.
Did you develop them together, the design team, or was it separate?
Well, the two cars, you know, they share. They're the same family. So they share some elements, but you will see that they have their differences. There are two different cars. So you have seen the Bigster concept, which was kind of projecting the brand both with a new design language, but also in a new segment. So this is what we wanted to express with the Bigster, and this new design, you see it also on the Duster. So the link is there, but
what was the thinking behind putting the same design basically on the spring facelift?
So it's not exactly the same design. I think it's the same philosophy. It's the same approach. Yes, I guess they align on the fact that we wanted spring to be to look quite sturdy, quite robust. So we worked in such a way to make the bonnet quite horizontal, put some protections also on the car to give this more SUV feel when you're driving in the city. And for sure, you know, in Bucharest, you want to be protected in your car when you're in the traffic or something. You want to feel confident in your car, and that's something that we have done on Duster, and that's something we wanted to do also on the new spring.
Also, I saw on the door of the Sandero, but I'm curious, the longitudinal
The coordinates.
coordinates.
Geographical coordinates.
Yes.
What are they? Yes.
Where do they go? What do they mean? Because I didn't have time to actually put them in
So
Google Maps.
it's I'll let you discover, but it's a famous road in Romania.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. Now I remember that from the festival. The thing was mentioned. And is the map on the back of the spring and the front, is it from somewhere? Is it like an actual city, or just random?
So I need to check. I haven't seen the car completely, but yeah, I will check.
And what other design directions do you think Dacia, we were talking about the potential liftback, potential other shapes? What do you think?
So for us, the immediate next steps will be, as we announced, moving into the C segments. So you will see some interesting things happen for the brand as it's moving a bit more to this market. In terms of shape, we're still developing our design language. It's still evolving, so it will not be a copy-paste design. You will see some new approach. It's still Dacia, but refining also depending on where we position ourselves in the market. So there are some nice surprises coming, I guess.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.